Hello! Now that I've caught you in my pantry, let's talk about what is in my pantry besides you. We're going to talk about how to purge your pantry and to make the most out of your pantry serving you and your new purpose. See you in a minute. In order to be successful in your new journey, you have to have a plan. Plan your work, work your plan. One of the things you should do in your health and wellness journey is to purge your pantry of all the items that don't serve your purpose. If they don't serve you, and they don't serve your purpose, and they aren't helping you, then they're harming you. So out they go. Here are a few tips on purging your pantry. Be sure that you're not hungry, because if you're hungry, you'll be wanting to keep a lot of these items. And you also may just decide to take a break and eat while you're supposed to be purging out your pantry. Another thing is have a trash bag and a donation bag handy. Take everything out of your pantry, everything. Put it on the counter, table, floor, wherever you have to. Then go through and clean all your shelves. It'll make you feel better knowing that you're putting everything back into a nice, clean, pristine place. Look through all the items. Throw away the things that have expired. Pull out things that may be open. They may still be good. You'll decide whether or not you need to keep those or give them to somebody or take them to work and let people eat them. Then you want to read through all your labels. Make sure that the items that you think you might want to keep are actually going to serve your purpose. So kind of think of these things. Number one, can I substitute a natural or whole food for that item? Number two, how much sugar and sodium are in the products? Number three, do I consider it a healthy choice? And number four, does it serve me and my lifestyle? Use those to kind of decide what you think needs to stay. If you're finding this information helpful, please click the like button. And remember, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. The things that need to go in the trash, trash them. The things that you want to donate, put them in a donation bin. Everything else should be left over. Go back through them again, put them back through the label test, and determine what you have left as your keepers. Once you determine your keepers, then you can separate them into different categories. Let's say grains, breads, snack items, canned vegetables, cereals, boxed goods, things like that. So you can separate them into the different areas. That's going to kind of give you a guideline as to how you're going to organize your pantry and what different categories you want to have things in. Once you've done that, then you can come back to your pantry and you can then start restocking your shelves. Now there's a couple of different ways to do that. My pantry is rather large, so I can kind of separate things out. I may change this style in a little bit. I may put some bins in here and actually label them, but for now it works fine. If you have a smaller pantry, you may put them in bins and stack them in front of each other, and then you can have labels and move them around. But the point is that you have things in categories so that you always know where they are, and make sure that you put snacks and those kinds of items not directly in your line of sight, not right where you always go. Put your most used things or your healthiest things right in that line of sight. I don't keep a lot of snacks in our pantry because most of the snacks that we eat are fruits and nuts and things like that. So you won't see a lot of crackers and chips and things like that. Oftentimes if we got the kids over, the family over, we're gonna have grilled burgers or something, we'll buy chips for right then or buy some snacks for right then, and then they go with whoever's here. We don't keep them here. So our snack foods are things like grapes, apples, oranges, nuts, cheese sticks, natural things like that. So that's why in the pantry you don't see a lot of snack things. A few extra tips to think about. Storing items above your stove or oven may shorten their lifespan. If you store items in airtight containers, make sure that you mark them with the expiration date so you know when they're expired. And allow yourself enough time when you're doing this process. If you don't allow yourself enough time, then you'll get really stressed out and you'll just start shoving things back in your pantry and you haven't done yourself a service. So make sure you allow enough time to do it properly. And you may not get it right the first time, and that's okay. Because actually you should go through and reorganize your pantry and clean it out at least twice a year. On the top shelf of my pantry is where you'll see that I have a lot of my baking goods and sugars and things like that. I also have my sugar substitutes. This is my stevia and monk fruit blend. I use that for like coffee or to sweeten certain things up. I have honey, I have individual monk fruit, and I also have agave in the raw. I love to use those. I have milks back here and different things. Then I have here some products that I use to make pancakes for the kids. I also use my protein powders to make pancakes and things for the kids. I have granola here. I have oatmeal, but I have granola to go in yogurt, various things like that. It's natural, organic. Then I have over here some crackers and things to go with soups, whatever. When you get to the second shelf, you'll see that I have my canned vegetables. They're all organized. Then I have some soups. I have my dried beans. I have tomato paste and things for enchiladas. And then over here I have pastas and some seasoning bags and things. So that's just kind of how it's laid out. So when I go to the pantry, I immediately know here are my vegetables, here are my soups, here are my beans. Everything's kind of organized. And when I go here, these are the things that I see right in the middle. Natural whole beans to cook to be more healthy. So these are my go-to like green beans and things that are quick. Now we're on the bottom sections of my pantry. And so what you'll see here is more of dressings, peanut butter and jelly, almond butter, pasta salads. And then over here I have rice. So I have brown rice, whole grain rice, jasmine rice, some white rice, just different things that we may use in recipes. And then down here on the bottom, I have some different, some pesto, some grill masters, extra ketchup, some different things here. I have popcorn for the kids with flavors. I have raisins and nuts. I have Welchum. These are for my son to throw in the lunchbox. Some good granola bars. And then that's pretty much, so that's kind of the kids' shelf where they can come and get some fruit, some nuts, some popcorn, little things like that. So that's kind of how the pantry is organized now. Click on the link below in the description section to get a free copy of my Purge Your Pantry document.